I have to keep reminding myself that it's not a show car and that I'm using Rust-Oleum. You know, I was considering building another compartment on that side, but I'm getting tired of doing metal fab. This is taking forever. So I'm not going to do anything on the passenger side. On the driver's side, I have to make some sort of access for the mini split that I'm going to put in there. And then I got to do the battery box on this side as well. So mask off all the stuff that's already painted. Get in with a Brillo pad and get some of the spots I couldn't get with a DA. And I need to go get some primer. And I think tomorrow, hopefully, fingers crossed, weather permitting, I'll spray the primer tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday? And then Friday I'll do the paint. It's supposed to be in the mid-80s, so it's good painting weather. It's all epoxy primer. Screw that buying sealer stuff. Well, I did have a little, I hesitated. And I had a little bit of solvent pop, if you want to call it that. Right here where that put that Pure 15 on that, there was a pitted spot right there. Put some Pure 15 in there. So I have to sand that down a little bit tomorrow. But other than that, yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Little sandy scratches here and there, but I'll just fill that with Rust-Oleum and you'll never know it's there. So let me show you what I'm using. It's probably not the right material for the job. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not the right material for the job, but I've had really good luck with it. And let me turn off the Cessna here. There we go. Yeah, I've been using this stuff for a few years now, and let me show you. Nason Full Epoxy. This is a 2K product. It's this is the activator, 483-19, and there's the primer, 491-16. And this stuff is really developed for spot repair. The reason I like it is that if you spray paint, if you top coat it within 24 hours of spraying this stuff, you don't have to sand. No brainer. You don't have to sand. It's a 1-to-1 mix ratio, and you end up with a half a gallon of sprayable material, and it takes about a half a gallon to do 2 heavy coats. I mentioned in the last video that I was hoping that I'd get by the end of September both sides of this from the rub rail down painted in gray, but I don't think that's going to happen because I still got to build this out, and I need to make some kind of hatch here that's going to be either louvered. I'm going to have to make a louvered panel. I have to see if SoCal's still in business here in Vegas. They got a louver machine. I bet you I can have them punch some louvers. The compressor unit, i.e. the outdoor half of the mini split, is going to sit behind this panel, but it needs to be able to exhaust out. I just sounded like a Canadian there. But tomorrow, big day tomorrow, gray, through the magic of editing, it will be tomorrow. The weather, she has broken. I have to sand this run out of this primer before I paint. And you probably can't see that, but it's a little rough. So I'm going to get to sanding, and I'm going to put you right here. Line up the shot. Oh, that's perfect. wipe it off. See how much paint I got. Sealed in freshness. Alright, let me show you my painting method, at least how I mix up this paint. Back when I was living in Michigan, I did quite a few tractor repaints, and farmers are cheap bastards. I mean, they're frugal. They don't like to spend a lot of money on automotive paints. You can buy probably eBay cheap paint kits for about what this costs to mix up. Yeah, so anyway, most implement paints are just straight enamel paint. And if you want to spray it, you got to reduce it because the stuff is pretty thick. It's not really sprayable in this form. So you need to cut it with something. The recommended solvent for reducing this is mineral spirits. And if you use mineral spirits, you can. If you use mineral spirits, be prepared to have your paint be tacky for about 4 days. And out here, that means that I'm going to have a non-skid paint job. So I found that you want to use a solvent that flashes pretty quick. And what I've been using for years is a medium temp reducer. This happens to be Nason. I've been using Nason products now for about 10 years. I've done several paint jobs using Nason products. This is just reducer, automotive paint reducer, and this stuff flashes off really quick. And then to add a little more durability to the paint, I use this. This one's made by Evercoat, but this is an acrylic enamel hardener. This is this one's advertised as a wet look acrylic enamel hardener. This is a urethane additive to put into paint that gives it, if you're going to spray like acrylic enamel single stage, you need to use this for UV protection. Otherwise it'll just fade out like really quick. So you're talking roughly, $100, and that will net you about a little over 2 gallons of sprayable product. So $50 a gallon sprayable, that ain't too bad, considering that most of your automotive type finishes are going to run about $100 just for the color, and then $50 for the reducer, or 25, 30. If you get the name brand stuff, you're talking about over $100 a gallon for the color, $50 a gallon for the reducer, and $75 for the hardener. We're not going to do that. This is just a hoopty old bus. So let me mix some of this up, and we'll come back. Actually, I'll show you me mixing it up. Let's use the metric scale. I'll mix up a ½ liter of color. And this I'll just kind of guess. That looks good. Stir it up. To apply this, I use an HVLP gun. And the gun that I'm going to back up a little bit. The gun I used to have was a $500 Devilbus Millennium Series gun that I bought back in 1999 to do the red truck. It was a professional grade spray gun. It was very expensive, and I loved that gun. But apparently when I lived over in North Las Vegas, one of my crackhead neighbors decided that they loved it even more. So it disappeared one day when I stepped inside the house, working in the garage. Stepped inside the house to grab a bite to eat, and somebody came by and snatched it. So ever since I've been using these. I buy these for $10. Instructions. Garbagey. And for $10, that's a consumable. And they spray pretty good. I mean, see my paint job. Now, here's the one I was using yesterday, and I ran out of lacquer thinner, so I didn't clean it, and it probably isn't going to clean now that this epoxy primer is dry. And it's been malfunctioning anyway, so I'm just going to clean. Do that one more time, and the gray's done. I just picked up some white. I think I might do the white on this side as well, at least up to the rub rail, or up to the drip rail. I think I might do that. I think I might. While the bus is on this side. Get this whole side done. I like that. I gotta mix up some more paint. I won't show you the rest of the paint job because it's just gonna be more of the same. So when we come back, the paint will be sprayed and the gray will be done on this side, and all will be white with the world. Bugs. Oh, there's duck. While I was waiting for the paint to dry, I chiseled this piece out of aluminum. Shiny. Dry. I can take that paper off now. Now imagine, if you will, all that and all that white, do that rub rail in, I don't know, blue, maybe red, orange, yellow, pink. No. Starting to look like something anyway. Starting to look like something other than a school bus. I like it.
The very next evening.
Well, it doesn't close as well as I would have liked it, but good enough for a generator cabinet. And there she is. I had a commenter say that he didn't think that fan was going to move enough air. And trust me, it will. I'm not making that hole any bigger. And he also commented that I should make sure that I insulate this thing really good. I don't think he's watched my entire series. Has he? But be that as it may, I have a generator. It's in. I'm not taking it out unless I blow it up, and then I'll put something else in there. But that is the end of this video because it's drug on long enough, and I need to start collecting video for the next in this series. So you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry. Have a splendid day. Oh, bye now.